Hi everyone, welcome to JN Unique Designs. I'm happy to be with you today. I am so sorry about the last week, especially during this great time of the release week for Elizabeth Craft Designs. I didn't realize that my recording, I had some video and sound issues. So I'm sorry I had to take down one of the videos. So I'm going to remake it up to you today and tomorrow. You're going to get two videos out of me instead of the original just one video that you would have gotten this week. So I have a partial video that worked, which is my trellis part 3, where we will be making this card in trellis part 3. I wanted to show it to you here because I hope that you would be able to tune in. I mean, there are some issues with it. I could not figure it out. I've been working on it all week long, and I can't figure it out. I don't know what's going on and why it's doing what it's doing. So I just wanted to apologize ahead of time, and if you can get anything out of Trellis Part 3, feel free to use it. I'm sorry that I will be having to recreate that video and from scratch, but I'm going to give it to you anyways because there's partial parts in there that are still good, and it is working. So most definitely what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to let you see it. And if you have any problems, you'll let me know. And I'm sorry that it just didn't work. But so I wanted to show you release week though. Elizabeth Craft Designs release week. This is Florals with Love. And when it is Florals with Love, Elizabeth Craft Designs outdid themselves. I am super excited because two of the florals that are in this set are something that I drew and I designed, and I'm supposed to be with you live today, but unfortunately I'm in the middle of finals week, working full-time and taking 24 credits at school. It's been nearly impossible for me to do anything, so I wanted to come on real quick in the middle of my studies to share with you this live. So let me turn the camera around and let's go ahead and take a look. So you remember Elizabeth Craft Designs, Els already showed you. This is Florals number 20. This set is what we will be playing with in this video today. I created a card the other day that was phenomenal, and I loved it. And so I wanted to share that, recreate that with you. So it's Florals number 20. This is Florals number 21. There's so many things that you can do with this one, especially this piece here. Els had told you that this piece alone can be unique in itself, but I have my own ways, and I'll be taking my own steps and making this die into something fun. This floral was designed by yours truly. This is Florals number 22. I do like this floral a lot. I like the way the leaves turned out here. It does make sense. It looks like a kind of like a mum or a spider weave or something like that. I don't know. You can do so many different things with these. And I know Anita and the design team has been posting a lot of videos and pictures on the Elizabeth Craft Designs family page. So if you haven't already, please go and like that channel. This is by far my favorite floral. This is Florals number 23. This is something that reminds me of, you can do a variety of different things, including creating something that looks like a spider mum. Or just a daisy, or you can do so many different things, and I will show you how I created these here in the next couple of days. Next comes the mini florals. This is what something Anita had wanted for years and years and years, and finally she got it. These are the existing florals from Elizabeth Craft Designs turned into mini florals. I love the way they look. They are phenomenal. They look great. I love them. They are easy to cut, easy to play with. Fillers, everything is just good. And then the elegant vines. This is one set. This is another set. There's two sets here on this sheet. And the elegant vines, there are something that you can play with it as the ivy. You can play with some different florals here. And these leaves, you can cut them apart and use them as you wish in your cards. Then the last and final bonbon box. This bonbon box is something that is new, but the reason why it's new is because it is much larger, and it comes with all of these pieces that you can make bows, you can make things with. It is not new, but it is new, if that makes sense. It is something that can be created, and it becomes a 4x4 card, a 4x4 box. And I have videos already out there. Unfortunately, I had to delete one of them, but I will do another one, recreate another one with you. Let me grab some of my samples here from the new Florals, and let me show you some of those samples, because I have a whole box here. As you can see, I have a box of Florals that I am playing with. This is Florals number 21. No, 22. Florals number 22 that I've made. This is Florals number 20 that I've made using the Planner Essential stuff in there, and I posted a photo of that already. This is Florals number 23 that I've come up with, and yes, they're in the boxes, but I need to take them out of the boxes to show you the details on them, that's for sure. I have the mini Florals here in that one. I took Florals number 21 and I created something that looks like irises here in this one. And I'm going to bring it up so you can see it. It looks like irises coming out only on one side with the, you can see the stamens in there. You see the details of the stamens in there. Looks like irises. I took Florals 23, turned it into a basket, a floral basket. Here's Florals 23. Here's also Florals 23. And here is the final Florals 23 combined with Annette Green's release. Look how cool those are. I am going to play with these in the next couple of days. I want to show you, look at the details. Look at the color. Look at that. It is something out of the ordinary that I love. I love making florals. And so I wanted to share that with you as we journey together in the next few days making some cards together. So, with all due respect, let's get to crafting here. You know, I have always been that type of person where I cut a bunch of pieces and I put them all over the place. I have flowers, I have leaves, I have pieces all over, and I don't know what to do with them normally until I start working. I just color. Let me show you some of the coloring techniques that I've done. Let's see, if I have another one of these pieces somewhere, I will show you how I colored that. I don't know what I did with it, so that is quite interesting. Oh, there it is. I went ahead and I took a piece of release sheet, Elizabeth Craft Designs release sheet. Nothing fancy except for on the back of the stickers. These release sheets come in handy, big time. I'll take a piece of release sheet. Yes, I can color on my glass mat, but the reason why I don't color on my glass mat while I'm working is because I don't want the colors to transfer. And all I'm doing is I'm holding, if you can see, I'm holding my brush off to at an angle rather than at a full straight up point. The reason for that is because when you're using ink and you're blending the florals, you want the outside or the edge of the flower to have the darkest of colors. And then everything else just kind of flow right inside. What I'm using here for that color is I'm using Distress Oxide, Broken China. That's what I'm using there for that blue. And then I come in with some Paradise. I always come in with a little bit of a darker color, and so that is called Paradise from VersaFine Clair. Here's a VersaFine Clair. And what I did was I made those pieces a little bit darker. You see these two here are a VersaFine Clair Paradise. Because if you think about it, florals, if they are closer to the center or closer to the stamen, they tend to be darker in color. And then what I did was with this one, I used what's called Warm Breeze. These little mini stems here, I used Warm Breeze on them to get that color. Same thing with my leaves. What I did with my leaves was I used Green Oasis. And I'm going to take my brush here, my Green Oasis, and don't touch the ink like I just always do. And I use my brush and I just go in, again at an angle. You see, at an angle, just like that. And so, just coloring it in, just like that. That is that. I think I have enough leaves, so I'm not going to color anymore. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Altenews mini, very mini brush, which is, this is the tip of the mini brush. Look how thin that is. Let me see if I, see, it looks like a pencil to me. And then I'm going to take the Shady Lane from VersaFine Clair, and I'm going to color this particular vine. And with the nice pointed, the mini point, I can color small things, such as this, you can see, without getting colors mixed up all over the place. I can go in and I can color some of the leaves. See, I'm not doing anything fancy. And then I'll come in and I'll just get some more color and I'll color in the vines itself. So that's all I'm doing. Please let me know if you have any problems with my sound. I'm working on trying to get the sound fixed. That's the problem with my other videos. I don't know what happened. And according to my computer, it shows that you're able to hear it just fine. But I don't know why you're not hearing. Look at that. That's my vine. Alrighty. I'll take my cleaning cloth, as you can see, very well used. A little bit of alcohol mixed with water cleans any mat off, cleans the glass mat very nicely. So I'm going to do that. Let's see. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my card. I already cut a piece from the rose paper here. This is from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Let me see what kind of paper here. I can't think of the name right now. That's why I'm looking it up. Give me a second to verify. As you know, I need to verify the name. Let's see here. That's not what it's called. It's the rose paper. No. Let me... Collection. Planner Essential. No. Let's do the store. And let's do paper. Let me think here. What is this paper called? I can't think of what it's called. I had a moment here, but it's the new pink and reminiscence paper. So I already cut a piece by 5 by 7. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use pieces from the Planner Essential. So this piece is from the iris, from the decorative iris piece. And what I like to do is I like to take some foam dots and I add foam to this middle section. You know, I like to add foam to this middle section. The reason why I do that is because I want this to pop up just a tad bit. I don't believe in wasting. That's why I'm using the edge of the foam dots. And let's see. I think I want it kind of at an angle like this, because I'm going to put my florals on this edge here. So at least now I have, you can see something shiny like that in there. I'm going to set that aside while I pull out my mat here, and I'm going to pull out my tools to shape my florals. There's a different ways on how to shape florals. You can use a ball stylus. You can use the old tools from Elizabeth Craft Designs if you have them, or the old-fashioned teaspoon. I love the old-fashioned teaspoon because look what happens when you put it in there. You get shapes, you get creases of a flower that you don't get with anything else. See? And then I like to take my ball stylus at this point and I'll press it down the middle. Like this. See? And the nice thing about Florals 20 is you can see how it cups up and it overlaps each other. See how that overlaps each other? That's what's nice about this Florals 20. See, it cups up just nicely. And I'm going to do the same thing with all of the florals. You see, I'm giving it some design, some edge here without having to do much. So I'm going to take this. I love my teaspoon. You don't need... I know somebody once said to me, you need all these fancy tools. Nah, just use what you have. If you have ever thought about making florals and using your hands to shape them, that's perfectly fine too. All you want to do is you want to give it some dimension and some shape. That's all you're doing. See, that's all you're doing. Just like that. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking my I'm taking this, my dad, sorry everyone, I can hear all the, I just said that in Vietnamese, sorry about that. My dad decided that he was going to stop by and see what I was doing. So what I'm doing is I am shaping my florals. You can see what I'm doing. And that. I'm just taking all of these pieces, and all I'm doing is I'm going around the edge. You know, I'm using my spoon. Els has been a big fan of the spoon because it just gives you all the dimensions you need. You don't need anything fancy. So there's that. And then for the leaves, this is what I'm going to do with the leaves. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm just going to take my fingers, and I'm going to shape them like this. Just bend them backwards. That's literally all I'm doing, you see? And I'm going to bend it backwards. You don't need any tools but the palm of your hands. You see how I'm just twisting it? And there we go. Now we have 3D leaves. I'm going to do the same thing with all of these. So as you are watching, I'm going to turn it around just so you can see what it looks like from the bottom backwards. I'll place this up. See? Do this. And all I'm doing is, as you can see, I'm creating dimension. There's tutorials, there's tools, there's different things, but I never create my florals without using Elizabeth Craft Design's soft finish cardstock. And here's why. You see how the soft finish cardstock bends and accumulates? And you see, now I have leaves that are completely bent and round and ready to go to be used in anything. They adhere to the color very well. Elizabeth Craft Designs paper, like that. And then with these pieces, these ferns, I'm gonna take my spoon again, and I'm just gonna go down the middle. See? Look at that. They're perfectly bent, perfectly shaped in every way. See, and all I'm doing is I'm just shaping it like that, and I'm unrolling it, so it has some dimension to it. On the back side, push it down and pull it down and roll, just to give it some dimension, but not too much. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to take my 3 center pieces. I don't know where, I'm missing one of them. That's strange. I'm missing one. It'll show up. And then I will take ball stylus to do that. Press down in the middle just to give it a little bit of shape. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Aha, there it is. The wise guy. I'm going to do the face up. And what I'm going to do with this is, because I want this to stand up a little bit more, so I'm going to use my ball stylus, and I'm just going to poke down like that, as you can see. See? I'll do this right down the middle, and I'm going to spin that just to make it nice and round. So, I think I've done every piece I need. I really do. So, let's go ahead and try to put this card together. I'm going to turn on my super dandy, handy glue gun, which is Dremel. I can't speak highly enough of this glue gun because up until this point, I've not had very much issues. On occasion, I'll have issues with it dripping, but, you know, otherwise, I've never had any issues, major issues with this thing. So, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and create something. Let's see, it is green. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. And I'm going to stick it down. I'm going to take my next big petal, a little bit of glue there, and I'll stick it down there. The next petal, I'm not going to offset it. With this particular flower, I'm not going to offset it. I want it to look unison. So, this is just a style and a design in itself. You don't need to offset it if you don't want to. See? What I'm going to do is I'm going to place that there. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to take my green centers here. Place it right in the middle. Just like that. Again, I'm not offsetting it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another one, just the third flower. I don't know about how you create florals, but for me, I have always had a philosophy that odd numbers look better than even numbers. There, some people swear to a mathematical form or whatever of how florals are supposed to be. I don't. I just do whatever looks best in the moment. I'll take Elizabeth Craft Designs tweezers here just to help me get it into the center and press it down, just like that. And now I'll take my leaves. And I'm going to place one right here. I'll place one right up here. I want it to follow this arc here. And then I might, let me see. I might put this underneath here. We'll see. I'll play it with that later. Let's see, what I want to do next is I want to put some more leaves in here. I need to put a leaf branch maybe here. So that. And then let's see if the yellow branches look a little bit better. Yeah. I'm just going to stick them in there just to get a design right now. It looks so much better. Let me see if I can zoom this camera in so you can see what I'm doing. I should have thought about that earlier. Do you like the blue or do you like the yellow more? I mean, keeping with the theme of the gold and the yellow. I don't know, I kind of like both. I don't know about you, but I kind of like both. But what I'm going to do is I might use the yellow. The yellow are unshaped right now, which is fine. I'll keep them unshaped. And all I'm doing is I'm just adding a dab of glue to the bottom of it. And adding a dab of glue. Like that. And then, a long time ago, I acquired these from a very, very good friend. And if you're watching, thank you. You know who you are. These pieces here. And I've just learned to love them. Love adding them to my floral projects. You know who you are. Thank you for the wonderful gift of these little petals. So, I want to add a couple of those in there. Give it a little bit of dimension, give it a little bit more shape. Hence, that's what I'm doing. And I forgot to take this piece off, so I'm going to cut it off. Just like that. I think that will do it. And then I'm going to put these aside. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some mini florals. I have some mini florals of, this is the miniature size of florals number 10 that I have. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take my little brush here from Altenew with that green, and I'm going to do this right in the center, give it a little bit of shading. I'm going to take my little mat here, and I'm going to use my smallest ball stylus, and I'm going to give it a little bit of shape backwards, just like that. Like that, and I'll flip it over and use my ball stylus, and I'm going to cup it just like that. I rotate it just so that it gives it a little bit nicer cupping feature. You can see, nicer cupping feature. Like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place those aside for a moment, and I'm going to take some mini leaves. I have so many different mini leaves here. I don't even know which leaves go to where. So let's just use some of these ones that I have here. I'm going to cut and do 4 leaves there. All I'm going to do is I'm going to shape them from the back forward, just like that. And I'll go to the front and I'll press down at the bottom just to give it, something to stick to the flower by. I'm going to put those 3 aside. I'm going to take this heart here from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I'm going to take a red. This is a red colored, this is tulip red. That I'm going to do is I'm going to color this heart in. I'm going to color this heart all the way in. Because what I want to do is I want to create a tag. I want to create a small little tag. Nothing fancy, but just enough that I can place onto this card and express gratitude for it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, let me see if I have a small tiny stamp. I do, but it's not from Elizabeth Craft Designs. It's going to be from, no, that's too big, I think. Yeah, that's still too big. Oh well, we're not going to put a stamp on there. I'm going to take the Elizabeth Craft Designs needle nose pliers here, needle nose tweezers. And what I'm going to do is I will put these mini flowers right onto this heart, and I'm going to hang the heart off of here. So this is what I'm going to do. It's a science, I tell you. See, what I'm doing is these mini florals are great for cards. They're great for tiny little charms like this. And the needle nose pliers make them perfect assets to have for any crafting room. And if you don't have a set yet, Elizabeth Craft Designs just came out with a new color. I highly encourage you get your hands on one. There's a heart there. And I'll place it like right there on a foam dot or something like that. So, I hope you can see that okay. I'm sorry I didn't look at the camera. Let me zoom out. There we go. That's more like it. Zoom out. And let's see, how am I going to attach this? Or do I even want to attach this? I don't think I'm going to attach this. I'm going to use this for another card. use that for another design. But there is my Florals card. Look how beautiful that is. Look how simple and elegant it was. So let me flip this camera around so you can see me better. And so there it is. There's the card that we made together today. I love it. I hope you do too. Please like and comment and share below if you are liking this video, because it helps me get inspired to create more. But join me next time. And I am so sorry for the videos that I've posted earlier with no sound. So thank you for your patience, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.